And we're live.
Hello.
Hi, everyone.
How's everyone doing?
Hello, chromatic cuties.
Yeah, you said it.
Yes. Said the thing.
Said it live.
Yeah, let's do it.
Blood, death.
All
Here,
right.
Bear. I guess real quick before we get into the full intros, we are still in our Pride fundraiser for the month of June. So we are still running Tiltifies for both the Trevor Project as well as for the Bail Fund Project. You can donate directly, but we are also going to be donating 100% of proceeds from subs, bits, cheers, and any merch purchases at this time. So if you still want any of your sub, things to go towards the Trevor Project, today is the day to do that. Or tomorrow will be our last day of the fundraiser. So just want to make sure y'all know that we do still have those Tiltifies running, trying to do a little bit of good while we can. And I think that's me as Nuno takes a sip of water.
Yes. Thank you for that transition while I drink my water.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's because I started saying that was it before I looked at that side of my screen.
Hashtag hydrate.
It's fair.
Yes.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm here and I'm ready now. Yeah. Everyone, time for Wildemount. Here we go again. It's episode 7. That's exciting. Things are starting to get a little bit more intense. We have 3 episodes left. So yeah, no, this one plus 3, right? Yeah, math. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think
A few
so.
more.
Yeah. I don't remember if we totally decided if we were going to add the extra planned week or
Yeah.
not, but...
Anyway, in that case, I was right. It's either 3 or 4. Boom.
Yeah, one of them.
Anyway, yes, for those of you that don't know us yet, we are No Initiative, an RP and narrative-focused role-playing group. This is our second campaign here in the Chromatic Chimera channel, and it's been a blast. And I think it's time to go around the table and introduce ourselves and tell everyone who we are once more. Let's keep it quick so we can get into some actual Wildemount playing. Let's start with Nat. No, because he's
Somebody
dead.
cast Revivify.
Apologies.
I guess.
he is
We don't
not
have a
available.
He is
Call the cleric.
deadified.
Yeah.
In which
Shit, we don't
case-
have one.
We don't have one.
Damn it! In which case,
Well-
Sam.
Nuna, if you level us up to 9, I can revivify him.
Oh, snap.
No.
Oh wait, no,
Damn
I
it.
can't because I'm only a level 4 paladin. Never
God
mind.
damn it, Robert.
Aha!
All right, well, hey everyone, I am Sam. I go by they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Mary, the tiefling arcane trickster rogue. Totally forgot what I was for a second. Who also goes by they, them, and is a member of the Golden Grin Guild, which is fun for me. So I think that's all that's super necessary. So I'm doing the recap, so I don't want to say too much. But I'll
Fair.
just drop that down to Robert below me.
Oh, hi. Yes, I'm Robert. I'll be playing Sir Ravisken today, paladin / warlock of the Raven Queen, who decided to attune to an evil dagger last week. And now I will pass it off to our wonderful Echo Sentinel 001.
Hi, I'm Isa, and I'll be playing Echo Sentinel 001, who told Ravis to throw that dagger into another dimension, and then he didn't do it. So yeah, I'm playing the Warforged fighter who took the world's longest nap, and is just generally quite confused about the world, which is very fun, because it means I don't have to read any lore. So yeah.
Brilliant.
Classic
Right?
move. Classic.
Thanks, I love it.
So yeah, you can find me at Evil Clever Dog on Twitter and Instagram, and I will pass it over to Megan.
Hello, I am Megan. I use she, her pronouns, and I will be playing Emerson Eldor, who also uses she, her pronouns, who is your resident warlock, and older sister, first in birth, second in mom's love, who's just here to try to get by. And I'll throw it on up to my recently revived younger brother, Nat.
Hi, I'm Nat. Apparently, I'm Megan's brother.
You
I
are.
use he, they pronouns. I'm playing Killian today. Emerson's sister. He uses he, him pronouns. He dances. He does magic. He doesn't want to take on responsibility. What's not to love?
I don't know, ask Mary.
Oh, I'm sure I could think of a few things.
Oh no, what is happening?
I challenge you to a dance-off.
With my dex, you better watch out, man.
What if Killian decides to challenge someone to a dance-off and loses?
Oh, that would be
That
wonderful.
would be heartbreaking. Oh no. Anyway.
Especially if it's his sister.
Yeah. Anyway, as for myself, I'm Nuno, he, him, and I'll be your dungeon master for today and for the following weeks while we are running in Wildemount. So now, I believe it's time to get in the mood of Wildemount. Wrong screen. There we go. A land scarred by conflicts past is now walking towards the same path as nations, empires, and dynasties entangle themselves in twisted, treacherous, and tumultuous conflicts. Meanwhile, most folk are oblivious to the grand schemes that drive conflict as they lie behind the curtains of power and of secrets long forgotten. And other folk? Other folk just happen to be tiny leaves picked up by the ever-morphing patterns of the winds the Changebringer decides to change in shape. And sometimes these stories, like the one we bring today, these people end up being the most important. So make sure to stick around and watch as their destinies align, because we're about to start Wildemount, Daring, and Divine. And for that, we need to know what happened last week. Sam, take it away.
Oh, well, last week it was very exciting. We woke up outside of the camp where we had previously and recently found poor ZB burnt in some sort of fire that had happened. We made our way to another village where we found our good friend Echo had shown up to evaluate and, definitely borrow only with the permission of the parents, a baby that was possibly a reincarnation of her friend Falea, I think it is. It was not the right baby, though, so everything was fine. We managed to, talk down some very irate parents. The family of which happens to be friends with people who owned a boat that was docked outside of Nicodranus, which we needed to get to the Blightshore. So we were able to secure passage with one named, it was, I believe, Captain Keldvik Snurgrass. I don't know, the common is not really my first language. I grew up speaking Zemnian, so might be a little off on that one. But he was amazing. He had this very lovely ship that I thought was wunderbar. Everybody else seemed a little less pleased with it, but I was quite comfortable. I made Ava into an octopus, and we ended up fighting this giant lightning shark thing. I have never seen a shark. I have never even seen, the ocean or a real boat. So I had a grand old time. Everybody else seems pretty miserable. And we fought this lightning shark and kicked its butt if sharks have butts. And then we made it safely to the Blightshore. And I believe we have now parted ways from our friend on the, it was the Jolly Stingray, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, very good name for a boat. Also maybe for a song, or I am going to have a lot of work to do when we rest next time.
Yes, I believe Mary has promised Captain Kelward that a song about his deeds defeating Thundrosa, the lightning shark, would have to come to life. Regardless, we begin today's session with the five of you walking away from the Jolly Stingray, having said your goodbyes to Captain Kelward, and walking into what seems to be a very, very run-down port. Nothing compared to the beauty of Nicodranus that you were, 8 to 9 days prior. There, everything was well kept, everything was guarded, and everything was blessed by the sun and heat and good weather. Here, even the sea smells different. There's a stench in the air, rotten wood all around you. The buildings are ramshackle all around. There's people hiding in half shadows, dodging out of the way as you approach. Some of them don't dodge at all and just stare at you. with their deep, sullen eyes. And apart from that, it's dark. Everything seems to be lifeless. But you press on. What do you do?
See, isn't this a wonderful place? Nobody bothering you. I love it here.
Not seem too bad. Just grin at
mean-
everybody else.
I mean, to
Is
be
it-
honest, nobody bothers you in Wrexham either. They just don't care about you.
I happen to remember us being bothered by 3 specific people.
Okay, to put a pin in that for a second, I'm realizing Blightshore is a really big place. We're gonna need to get a little more specific.
Oh yeah, this is Rotthold. This is the southernmost city.
Oh,
settlement.
No,
Yeah.
Killian's meaning for the thing we're looking for, the
Oh,
seal.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Because I think last we heard, we got it's in Blightshore, and
Yeah, no, yeah,
Blightshore
you're
is
right.
kind of large.
Large.
Very large.
Do you have
Oh.
any leads or ideas we can chase down and try to narrow that down a bit?
What is it you are searching for this time?
Uh,
Well,
Kind of same thing as before.
Yes. I believe we're here for one of the 7 artifacts, or pieces of the artifact, known as the Ember's Respite.
Oh, you are still searching for this. I see.
Well, yes, there are 7 pieces, and we've got 1.
Been literally
So,
like a week.
True.
2. Sorry.
I mean, the things that we have so far, they are all like a little different though, right? These like artifacts. So do we know what exactly this next piece we need is?
Well,
Okay, no,
Specifically.
this will go
Nothing
great.
in Echo's database, maybe?
Mary
two,
just
you
sort
know,
of
those-
stares in silence.
The other 2 are those little decoding things. So, like, theoretically, it's about this big, oddly cut, foreboding, and you feed your blood to it. Like, it can't be that hard to find in this. Actually, that kind of fits in here.
It's probably like a you'll know it when you find it type of thing, I would imagine.
Hmm.
Hopefully. Maybe. Otherwise we're gonna be wandering around this forsaken place for longer than I'd like.
Dragon Manager. I know of the location of 3 of them. Is one of those locations here in Blightshore? No?
Nope.
Okay.
Then why are we why did you bring us here?
Why are we?
No.
I
The
I was following
location,
you guys.
the location of this one was decoded via the journal that you have. So
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
You
why
you
don't we
decided
look at
to
the
not-
journal again?
Thank you, illustrious Dragon Manager.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Dragon Man.
Why did you do that all the way on the 8-9 day boat trip?
Maybe we did, but we just didn't mention it, and
You-
now
yeah.
we're
Yeah, we
mentioning
totally
it.
did.
You don't remember? We
Really?
did that every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. That's why it's all filled in now.
We just read from it aloud. We took turns passing it around.
Dragon Manager, are we getting away with this?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that makes total sense narratively.
Against Nuno.
But it hurts, huh? You've done this in the past, and decoding the journal is a hurtful process, and I assume Killian's taking the brunt of it because it was him who did most of it last time as well.
What you get for being smart?
I did some of it, but I'm more than willing to let my brother bleed a little bit.
I
to
mean, I
figure
can do it
stuff out.
5 times.
I could help, but I don't offer.
Nice. But between those that are willing to sacrifice their life essence into this journal to decode what more information is about it, you find not much about location. You find more things more about like retelling of people of that it must have been somewhere in Blightshore because of this and that. And just linking stories of different people. And it seems like she was working on the Koraska jungle one at the moment, and the information about the Blightshore one was more like spread around and scarce. but yeah,
Respite.
you have no clue or where to begin. You do remember, Ravis, that when you have one of your last interactions with your patron, there was a promise of someone to come and help you, if you remember correctly.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. But hey, who knows? Anyway, where are you heading?
We could just talk to that guy, points to some,
Mhm.
not so friendly local.
That's all of them, yeah. So you notice, actually, the rest of you that are not familiar with anything outside of the Clovis Concord or the Empire, that the spread of ancestries here in Rotthold is actually very different from what you're used to. You see, there's still the majority of the inhabitants are humans, but you see a lot of goblinoids, a big concentration of tieflings as well, and you do see some dark elves, a large chunk of them. And those dark elves and the goblins and tieflings mainly, eye you suspiciously, especially Killian and Emerson, as you have Empire stamped across your face, basically.
Don't judge me because I look nice
I'm used to this.
Yeah.
in this
So-
dump.
I forget, was our battle with Thundrosa the same day we landed, or have
No,
we had
it
a
was
rest
before.
since then? Okay,
Yeah,
I
It's
just
like
wanted
3
to make
days
sure.
since then that we got
Yeah.
here.
I couldn't remember if it was like the last
We're
day.
fine.
No, you're fully rested.
We were like halfway here
Check in.
when we fought him.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
Okay, cool. Well, I guess we could either try to, keep moving through, like, out of the city, or try to find somewhere else to stay. While
At
we
this
look towards
point,
the next
as Mary's speaking, and as you're crossing the walkway outside of the docks proper and entering Rotthold, a raven starts flying about and perches itself on top of, seems to be a wooden pole holding an oil lantern, making the entire environment much more shadier than it should be, and just lands there.
I'll look at Ravis and be like, friend of yours?
His name's Jose.
Oh, I was.
No, I don't know it, but it's probably here for me. Okay,
I was joking.
as was I. Okay.
I mean, it is now.
I'm gonna, and I just like walk towards it to see if it does anything as I get closer.
As you approach the pole, it flies off and lands on another one further away.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to follow it.
Do you know ravens?
You normally take instructions from birds?
Yeah.
Well, you have to understand. Raven Queen. Gods work in mysterious ways, such as sending ravens.
Is
To
that
guide you.
mysterious? That seems pretty heavy-handed to me, but okay. And I'll just start marching off.
She has an aesthetic and she's sticking to it.
To be fair, it's not very mysterious now that you mention it.
Killian starts walking after the bird. He's like,
commend
you know,
you.
actually, they're pretty smart creatures. Some people theorize that they talk to each other when we're not around.
Well,
I mean,
sure.
it makes sense. Probably.
We
Just
should
gonna go
just
after the
follow
bird
it.
again.
Yep. As this awkward silence after Killian's random fact that seemingly no one's interested in, Ravis continues to walk after the birds until it stops in a swing sign in front of a tavern. You assume it's a tavern because the swing sign seems to be it's wooden and it has a tankard's veil depicted in it. There is no name nor anything, and the environment seems completely dark. There's no light inside. The wooden facade of it is partially rotten here and there. See, there's bugs eating at the woods, and the distinct smell of moist wood, rotting wood, is emanating from the building.
The goddess could not have led us to someplace a little bit better.
Well, it might not. It just might be where information we want is. Don't think it necessarily decided to bring us here because it wanted us to be in a not so nice place.
What's the name of the tavern?
There's no name in sight.
Mary wants
to go inside.
Mary is curious and will just sort of take a moment to like check areas around doors and windows for any sort of markings, possibly in like thieves' cant or something that may be relevant to them for,
nice.
A seedy town.
Yeah. Make me an investigation check.
Yeah, I'm better at those. Thank you for not saying perception, DM. Oh yeah, that's a number. Shit, wrong screen. Sorry, I've got 1,000 tabs open right now. For investigation, ooh, that's a... Oh, shit, that's like a 20... That's 27. I rolled good.
Nice.
Well...
Yeah, no, all around it, like in the windows and at the door, there's like scribblings here and there, and you can recognize it as code. Actually, there's a certain code that is repeated over and over, that you assume it's the name of the place. And what is it, Sam? What does it say?
Oh, the name of the place?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, I named our last tavern.
Oh, shit. Well, we decided to investigate.
2 nouns. That's all taverns are just
That's
like
pretty
the
much
noun
it.
and noun.
I got one.
Oh,
Alright.
if you have one, Nat.
Sure.
The board laid a bear.
Ooh,
Ooh, that's good.
I like it.
So yeah, the board laid bare. You also
Okay.
notice that despite the darkness that seems to be present inside, if you look closely, it seems to be held together by what seems to be an illusion of some sorts. Not a magical illusion, mind me. Sort of boarded up thing that seems almost like a painting, but from far away is very realistic. But there's definitely livelihood inside. It's just a way of
Okay.
concealing it.
All right. Okay, so I'll just sort of turn to everybody and be like, okay, well, I mean, if this is where we are supposed to go, then I guess we should enter. Maybe just keep a close eye on your coin purses, okay?
Do not have any money.
Well, that's easy then. Emerson, Killian, maybe like cloak over your fancy clothes or something. You are pretty much, asking for somebody with sticky fingers to come by.
I'm used to sticking out. Don't worry about me. Echo, are you good with money? Like, have you bought goods and things in your life?
I've never needed to. I don't need food and things, so...
Killian will take a gamble and hand Echo 10 gold.
Oh, thank you, Killian. She'll just kind of look at it and be like,
Do you need a belt pouch
thank
too?
you. Yeah, she just kind of looks around like...
And Killian takes off one of his 5 belt pouches and hands a belt pouch.
She'll like, I guess, clip it onto some random piece of armor that will say it will fit onto and put the money inside and be like, thank you, I'll use this for something.
Something makes you happy.
So who's leading the entrance? The grand entrance.
That's cute.
I mean, I have no problem going in, so if
Okay.
nobody else
I'm
was
gonna, like,
rushing in,
talk-
Ravis would
I was
be
like-
probably first. Go,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
try to I'm just gonna because I'm wearing a cloak. I'm just gonna
Mhm.
pull my cloak around. I'm gonna my super fancy brooch that I have I'm gonna unclasp it and stick it in an inner pocket because can't go losing that or else I can't do magic no mo.
Nice.
And just try to conceal. I mean, I'm still fancy looking. I'm just trying to look a little less fancy.
Fair. Yeah, in that case, Ravis, as you walk towards the door and reach your hand out to try and open it, the crow flies off the swing sign and lands on your shoulder as you open the door, and from the inside, the warmth and livelihood of about 35 people sitting in different tables, all candle lit and oil lantern lit all around. The interior is not as shady as the outside, but it's still slightly worn down and not the most well kept place that you visited. But as soon as you open the door, all the heads inside the tavern just swing around, most of them hooded and concealed, just look at you and just follow you with their gaze as you, as a group, enter.
This is pretty normal. I've never been to Rotthold, but it happens all over around here. People just look at the news. Don't worry about it. Is there anyone around that looks like somebody that might be of assistance to us?
Make me a perception check.
Perception. Oh, well, I'm all right with that.
Better you than me.
Okay. Store-bought 20, as Megan would say.
Store-bought 20, nice.
Yeah, if you can't grow your own store-bought, it's fine.
So you look around, and to be honest, many people here have the character that probably you're looking for at this time. None of them jumps to your attention especially, but as you take your time to look around and try and find someone that might be there for you, especially with the crow perched on your shoulder, a few people start whispering between them and commenting until 3 individuals stand up and approach you. You see there's a tiefling, a male tiefling, very broad shoulders, and in skin in hues of dark brown. One of his horns is clearly broken off, probably in some kind of fight or scuffle. And behind him are 2 goblins, one female, one male, and also just walking behind him. The tiefling male approaches you and... Are you lost?
A little bit. Hoping someone can help us find our way.
Yes, and kind of looks behind you. See that door? That's your way. You're not welcome here.
And why would that be?
Looks at behind you again, towards the rest of the group.
Barry winks at him.
Look who you're bringing with you. I've seen your kind. Some of them stay here, make a living. Seems like you went off and make a living for yourself in other places. Don't forget where you came from. I can sense it.
Are we all
Yeah.
Standing there.
Yeah. You can intervene if you want.
Oh,
I personally will never forget where I've come from. That does not mean I cannot use every means possible to get what I need. You have a problem with that. And you just have a problem with, well, our whole way of life. Survival comes in many forms.
and really, we're just looking for something. So if you could help us out, then we could be on our way. We don't want to be here either if it's all the same. So.
Yeah. Pretty sure like a divine crow brought us here. So like, or sorry,
Yeah.
a raven. I should be
Raven.
specific. So, like, I think we're supposed to talk to you, whatever the heck
Yeah.
that means.
If he disrespects us again, peck his eyes out.
I just misspoke. Come on. Come off it.
And you just came over. We are happy to talk. You didn't even introduce yourself. Yes, hello, my name is Emerson.
Did not ask for your name, and to be honest, I don't care. Kind of starts poking at your armor, Ravis. And you're a weird bunch, coming here talking to a crow or a raven, coming to our place without knowing what to do, standing in the middle. Once again, I would recommend you leave.
We had only just walked in.
Are we not supposed to stand in the middle of the room? Are we supposed to stand on the outside of the rooms? Is that the custom here?
Looks at you, Killian. Looks at the goblins behind him. My patience running thin.
Do you own this place, or?
Have the authority to make us leave?
Look, we are just here, my friend, looking for, again, like my friend said, some information. I don't know what sort of work you are in. Maybe there's, some sort of an arrangement we could come to. And I would like to sort of pad that offer. Like, I don't really know how you and Unu see Thieves' Cant as working, but Mary's going to be sort of double speaking, like, as they sort of butt in, just to see if, at least maybe they can turn something, polish this shit somehow.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's totally fine. Yeah, I in my opinion, Thieves' Cant is a code that can be introduced in the middle of a normal sentence or saying something while meaning another thing. So that's perfectly fine. Yeah, if you want to roll me a persuasion to see how well that lands.
Let's find out. Oh, not nearly as good as my earlier roll. That is unfortunately only an 8.
An 8?
Yeah, I rolled real low.
Yeah. So he looks at you, Mary. You're also clearly not from around here, are you? We do things differently.
Was my accent's a giveaway, Freud?
Yeah. You'd be surprised the amount of people we see here from your little empire as well. Deserters mainly. Wouldn't be surprised if you're one.
Oh, well, I mean, if you grew up in the Empire, you would want to leave too. They are not always the nicest to people who, don't agree with their ways or think the way they do. We are
Fair
just trying
assessment.
to find a new place.
I don't really care.
Okay.
And at this point, Emerson,
Yes.
you have the highest passive perception from the group, right? Yeah.
I do.
So you notice at the counter, there's a slightly smaller figure in stature, still medium, so small, but like definitely smaller than this tiefling, and smaller than you even, Emerson, which is attentively just like trying to catch a better glimpse of the conversation, and they seem to be fully cloaked and obscured, the cloak just eye level, and but literally just trying to see what's happening. And at this point, when this tiefling in front of you says that he doesn't really care to marry and things seem to be escalating slightly, the figure stands up and starts walking towards the group, and you're the only one that notices this, so I don't know if you want to do anything or...
Yeah, like, if Mary has kind of like, I'm assuming like maybe moved towards the front to talk to this.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm doing that like, oh, pardon my drunk friends kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, I kind of want to like try to fall back and like intercept them. If they're like walking towards us, I want to like meet them before they get to us.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so you do that. You move slightly to the side as this person is walking towards you, and you stand in their way. And as they approach, you notice that they're about 5 or 6 inches shorter than you. Seem to be very frail in constitution and quite minute. But yeah, so you stand in their way and you say something, or just...
Yeah, and be like, may I help you?
Oh, maybe. I was going to help you, but if you want to stop me, then I'll let you resolve issues with Ian then.
Depends on what you consider helping.
Maybe make sure that this person doesn't bother you anymore?
Oh, they're no bother. We could take care of them if we needed to.
Yeah, let's avoid drama. That would be good, no? And she, clearly a feminine figure you see now, she whistles lowly, and the crow that was perched on Ravis's shoulder flutters to her shoulder as she literally just tries to brush you aside, Emerson, and continues walking towards the group. And unless you do anything.
Yeah, but, excuse me, who are you?
Well, you want to interrupt me more, or shall we discuss this later?
Oh, well, by all means, I suppose.
Okay. She continues walking, takes her hood off, and you see an extremely pale young girl, probably like 21, 22 years old. Silver, stark white, silvery hair, dark brown eyes, and very, very pale complexion. And as she walks towards where Ravis and Mary are chatting to this tiefling, she kind of steps in, looks at Ravis, nods, touches the tiefling's arm. So, Ian, sit down. Kind of looks at the group, looks at her. Okay, sure. And the three individuals that came and confronted you just literally leave and sit crossed on the other opposite side of the room. The girl continues walking towards the other corner of the room and sits down in a table large enough for all of you.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go over there and sit on down.
Right on over.
As
Yep.
you approach, it's already grabbing a tankard of ale and just drinking very slowly, 2 hands.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. Thank you. That was much easier than I expected.
Well, yes. You see, you are not very careful, are you? You walked in nonchalantly, stopped in the middle of the room. Have you ever been to Rotthold before? No, I guess not.
Yeah, new in town.
Well, I wasn't sure that you had been here before, Ravis.
How do you know his name?
Friend of yours?
Oh, you are friends.
Yes, do you know each other?
Well,
I do.
This is probably the one we were supposed to find. Technically,
Points
I
to
have
Bird.
been through Rotthold once, but for but seconds. Literally through the town and out on a ship.
Well, now you know better. If you want to stay out of trouble, just stay low. Make sure no one sees you. It's easy. Unless you want them to see you. In that case, just make a show out of it.
You love
anyway.
a show.
Sometimes it's easier.
necessary.
Yes. It's easier to find your enemies sometimes when they know you're there. Often they will try to take care of you.
Very true. Kind of signals to the bar, and moments later, drinks come for all of you that wish to have them. So,
Echo just stares at the glass.
yeah.
But Emerson is not touching.
Passes it
anything
to
that is
somebody
served
else.
here. No, thank you.
So, I was led to believe that you are seeking for a certain type of artifact, a quite specific one, right?
Yes.
You know that.
Look, I think I can help you, but things are
not as easy as you might have thought they were. What do you know about these things? Do you know how many there are? You know what they are? You know what they're for?
I know what I need to.
No. No. In that order.
I'd really put a yes on the second one as well, to some degree.
Fine.
Like half.
Yes, no.
Okay, well, it's quite impressive that you managed to acquire, what is it, 1? Perhaps 2? Without really knowing anything about them. It's quite impressive.
Oh.
She kind of reaches into her pocket, takes out a little pouch, reaches inside, and very slowly flashes you what seems to be a turquoise crystal, roughly the same shape as the ones, both crystals that you have, and quickly puts it away and puts it in her pocket.
I know. Let's keep it at that.
Who? I'm like, seriously, who is this?
Yeah, excuse me, but who are you again?
Be like, I'm sorry. Who are you?
Sorry, I forgot you came from civilized places where you actually do introductions. My name is Sabrina.
It's very nice to meet you. I am Emerson.
Nice to meet you.
Designation is Echo Sentinel 001.
Fascinating.
We mostly just call her Echo, though. You know, it's a little quicker. I am Mary. Hello.
Hi. Seems to be some sort of artificial life form?
That is correct.
Well, I mean, you know, she is a she, not an it. Right?
That's... I see. I heard rumors. That's why you were in the jungle, right?
That is where I met these people.
Okay, so either your sources are really good or you're reading our minds. Which one is it?
No. Let's just say Ravis and I have a mutual friend.
Oh, it's a bird.
God, fuck, Raven Queen. Ah,
And we have more in common than that, I think.
As you start looking at both of them after this comment, you see that both of them are really, really, really pale.
Oh,
so Sabrina, the formerly teenage witch.
Yeah.
Me with the subtitle.
Exactly.
Best episode title.
Raven Queen loves her some zombies, eh?
Sometimes, you know, just sometimes.
I hope this is enough for you to trust me a little bit more.
Trust is a very loaded word, however. If the angel has touched you, I believe at least we can work together.
Good. In that case, let me ask you, did you acquire the artifact from the jungle then? Do you have it in your possession?
We have it.
Good. In that case, that makes you in possession of 2 of them, of the seals, yes?
Yes.
With mine, that makes 3. Which means there are 4 more. Now, this is where things get tricky, right? There are other people looking after the same thing, and
Obviously.
Well, there's one slight issue, though. The people looking for it are very accomplished magical practitioners. From the intel I could gather, they artificially manufactured 2 seals that will work in the same condition as these do.
Is that
So-
possible?
Wait, they will work? How is that known?
I am not 100% sure if they will, but from what I could gather, they are very confident in their experiments. I'm not sure how they did it, to be honest.
So it does not matter that 2 of them are out of their reach, they can just replace them.
I am not sure. Otherwise, I would assume they would have made more. It must be hard to make them. From what I could gather, they just have the 2 artificial
Or-
ones. But they also have a real one.
What do you know about these people who are also looking? What can you tell us?
I am not sure who they are. They are very, very accomplished practitioners of the arcane. They don't seem to be affiliated with any organization, though.
What about those
Which-
people who attacked us as we were leaving?
Oh? Please do elaborate.
Some sort of mage cast a lightning spell?
So they know that you have... that's problematic.
I forget. Did Emerson? I almost said hollow. Wow.
Ooh.
Throwback.
Whoa.
It's because you're doing the warlock thing.
Wait a second.
Here's a name I haven't heard in years.
I haven't heard that name in years. Did she tell us that she recognized the mages who attacked us back? I just don't remember because I think we talked about it.
I
think so.
said that
Yeah.
they were the same people
Okay.
that were
Yeah, we had
outside of the store
Okay.
in Rexington.
Yeah, there was a convo about it.
So,
Yes.
then do you know if these people have some sort of connection with the Empire or the Assembly there? The people who attacked us seems to at least pretend to be connected.
So, Mary, specifically you remember something that Kenji told you. This was like episode 2 or something.
This was a
Um,
long time.
Yeah. Kenji told you specifically that he thinks there is a secret, covered organization that works for the Assembly, but is in no way connected by the books. So it's
like
impossible
a
to
shadow
trace.
organization.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because as far as like Emerson knows, like she doesn't know them from the assembly.
No.
Well,
Emerson
even-
went with Jakob to the academy, and they were
Yes,
part
yeah,
of
I
the
know
same
that.
club, so the elite club of the academy.
Yes.
And then after you all graduated, he just vanished.
Okay.
Yeah, the club that feeds the assembly, basically.
Yeah.
It's like you're in this club and then you get to go work for the assembly.
The future leaders club.
Yeah.
The NHS of the
Yes,
Assembly.
yep. There was a name that we came up with that was very pretentious, and now I can't remember it. But yeah.
That's okay. I can find it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Mary doesn't necessarily mean like knowing whether or not they're connected for sure with the Assembly, but at least being able to narrow in, like, do you know if these people have the same accent as me? Like, that would help narrow down, like, at least regionally where this is based, kind of.
Yeah,
or
again, no
who's communicating. Yeah. So, like, this is, even if they are not officially, affiliated or something, do you know, like, is there like a base in a particular region or maybe where they might be constructing these things?
It seems they operate mainly from the Empire.
Well, of course they do. I just give Emerson a look like,
But honestly, I've encountered them in several places, all throughout the continent. So their influence is quite broad.
Well, should I
It is a large organization.
At least well financed and powerful.
Do you know where these seals they have found or constructed are being kept?
do not know, but I assume that they keep it really safe. I haven't seen them personally. As I said, I just heard rumors. But I'm afraid this is not the extent of the bad news.
Ah, scheisse. Okay.
Oh,
I reach across the table and grab Echo's untouched drink.
Excellent.
It seems like the number of seals was just a something to throw people off. It seems like, from what I could gather, just using 4 should be enough. It requires more magical prowess, but given that our antagonists do have that...
So they have 3 right now.
Correct. And we have 3.
Do you know where the real one they have came from?
Yes, I did. It came from
Rexentrum?
No,
Interesting.
I don't think so.
Ravis knew. You said you knew where other ones were, right?
I knew where 3 were.
Yeah.
Which
Not
would
counting
mean
the
that
ones
there was
we've already
only 1 that I didn't know where it was.
Right.
Of
So
the
we could
7.
use
Yeah.
your information to find the remaining one.
Just hold on,
Not
let me
too
just
far.
use my memory.
Let me
Brain
just...
blast! Your brain.
So, Ravis, you, Ravis, you were aware of one in Rexentrum. There was one in Rexentrum.
There was one in Rexentrum.
There was one in Islecross,
Ooh, one in Islecross.
and the third one you knew about was, what is the name of this thing? Wait, let me zoom in on the map. Somewhere
Yes,
within the Savalier Wood.
Yes,
So
so
those
those,
were the 3.
places were where I had information.
It's like someone just took the map of the continent and just chucked darts at it.
Well,
Probably by design.
yes, probably because you're sealing something away and you want all pieces to be as far as possible.
But that's odd. So you know of those 3, and then the 4th one, you found it... Where?
Jungle.
Jungle? The
Nicodra-
5th one.
Outside of Nicodranus.
What about the 5th one? The other one you have?
On a dead
Rexentrum.
guy?
yeah.
From
We
a
found you.
puzzle box on a
Oh yeah.
formerly
But-
alive person.
But
Mm,
we know
where
he
was
had
this?
been through the jungle too, though.
Yes, we don't know where he came from, but he was in Rexentrum when he perished and we found him.
Though
Oh,
yes,
could-
he had
Then
been
those
in the
people-
jungle before.
Those
Could this
people were
one
looking
be-
for him.
Could this one be the Rexentrum one you were mentioning then, Ravis?
It's possible.
Okay.
But he had also previously been in the jungle, which is interesting that we found another one there.
So I assume he failed in acquiring that one.
Well, he would not
Perhaps.
have no access to it.
Yes.
There you go.
Honestly,
Huh.
we only had access thanks to some fortuitous events.
And mostly Echo.
I was
That is
trying
true.
not to say that, but whatever.
Who was our
I'm-
fortuitous events.
Speaking of Echo, I actually, have to expel waste on occasion. Is there a place to do that nearby?
What? What was that?
You're
Sorry?
going to get an infection using a bathroom in this place.
There was an alley right
Killian.
outside.
Killian very roundaboutly asked for the water closet,
Yes.
We're going to get an infection.
or more at where it is.
If you want to get diseases, yes, it's right that way.
Wash
I'm
your
listening, I feel like-
hands.
Emerson, I feel like I need a guard. Do you mind accompanying?
I was just looking at me like, sure. Yes, of course.
Look
And
it
as
up.
soon as we get over, I'm like, What is wrong with you?
I just need to use the bathroom. I don't know what you're talking about.
Here, you're going to get a disease.
These kind of places aren't as bad as you think, Emerson.
Bad.
Anyway,
Try not to judge, but
when back in Exentrum, back at that, you remember when you robbed us?
yes,
And there's that secret box at the bottom of the safe,
yes,
and there was something missing there.
yes.
Is it possible this Jasper fellow robbed us?
He couldn't have.
No reason he
That-
couldn't have.
I mean, it just. Would he have been able to get into the house and find the safe and.
I don't know the guy's skill set.
I mean, I suppose anything's possible, but
If not,
why would that be in our safe? Why would mother and father have it?
I don't know. But Dad was mixed up in all this. Remember that?
Right.
So that would be why. Look, I'm not saying for certain, but this guy ended up with a thing from Exentrum, and there's a decent chance that it was in our safe. So either someone robbed us, and it might be that person, or the one from Exentrum actually is in someone else's hands, and we don't know where it is.
That could be the real one these other people have.
Could be. Maybe they robbed us. That would make me feel a little better.
Not
But
by
supposedly the one they got was from. We got the place. What was it?
much. The one that they have?
Yeah, the one. Oh wait, I asked if it was Rexentrum, and Nunu said no, but he didn't say where yet. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what happened, right?
I mean, if whoever broke into the house and killed father could have very easily found and taken it from the safe in one fell swoop. I mean, it looked newly stolen. There's still the indentations in the box.
Yeah. Just.
Quick reminder that you checked the shape of the crystal against the
Oh.
shape of the box, and it wasn't the same.
Yeah, but all of them are cut differently.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But the one that Jasper had definitely wasn't. from the
Oh,
box.
oh! I get what you're saying now. Shit.
I say that to my brother because I'm very smart and remember things.
Yes, Emerson. Yes.
Why didn't I take keen mind?
Like, I don't think we should discount the fact that the one in our safe is the one that is from Rexingtrum. It makes the most sense. So maybe it's the ones who have it now, or also the ones who killed father.
That means there's a third group at play here. Or the one that was from Exentrum wasn't the one that father had, and he had gotten it from like Eiselcross or something. Those are the two options I see.
Neither of
Or this
them.
Jasper guy was... No, because that wasn't that one. Ah.
No.
Oh, anyway, I actually do need to use the loo, so could you...
Yes, I will guard you with all of the strength and prowess I possess.
Oh, yeah, with that borrowed strength and prowess. As he closes the door.
I'm gonna fling the door open. Excuse me?
Sorry, I'm trying to do something here.
Oh no, by all means, go ahead, but I am going to insist you explain yourself.
Look, you were never a very good magician.
No, I wasn't.
These things come with costs. And yeah, you make your own fucking life choices, but
yes, you're certainly one to lecture me about life choices.
I literally just said you make your own life choices. They're not
Yes.
mine to make, they're yours. I'm not gonna try to protect you from yourself. That's trash. But these things have costs associated to them. Just be careful, okay?
Everything has a cost. And
I mean, kind
there
of.
are things. I don't suppose you know what it's like to want something bad enough that you'd be willing to do anything to get it?
I want to be away from mom bad enough to lie for a few years.
Right. Of course. But everything has always been so easy for you. Everything. And me trying to learn magic the way that you know magic was like trying to breathe underwater. You just can't do it. And then all of a sudden things happened, and it might not be the best thing and there may be costs associated with it, but Killian, this just feels right. And it's felt more right than anything else in my life has felt. And I'm good. And I'm strong.
Okay. How about this? When we get a moment's respite, tell me about it. Tell me about your what thing. Tell me about how the magic feels. Tell me about how the things flow together. I want to know. I want to see. I want to understand what you feel and how this works for you. Because if it makes you happy, if it makes it work for you, I'm all for it.
All right. Whenever.
Oh, please. Close the door.
And I will just like back out of and close the door, and I will wait there.
Meanwhile,
We've killed the entire bar.
Yeah. Meanwhile, everyone's dead. So meanwhile, Mary, Echo, Ravis, and Sabrina are still sitting at the table, and she continues to count. All right, so you know of these three: Rexentrum, Islecross, and the Savalier Wood, and then you acquired the one from the Quaraska jungle, 4, and the 5th one might or might not be the same as the Rexentrum one. Is that where we're at?
Think so.
Possibly.
Okay, and then we have mine, which I acquired, sadly, from the Savalier Wood, so that's redundant information.
Oh.
Wonderful.
That means there's 2 more, right? 2 or 3
Yes.
more.
Somewhere along that line, yes.
Well, I know of 1.5.
What do you
What do
want?
you know
a
of a
half?
half?
Yes, the other one's just a rumor
Huh.
that I picked up from the same informants that informed me about this secret organization that's hunting them. So, that one, I believe they might be going after it next, and if they grab it, then they have 4. I was here in Rotthold because the one I'm sure about is very close by. But now I've gotten this new information, and you arrived just in time. I believe I have to leave you here. I have to trust you. Trust that you collect this one, while I try and stop the other ones from collecting the 4th. I have my ways of traveling fast.
Do you also have a teleportation council?
A what, sorry?
I don't
It's something
s-
Killian keeps talking about. It seems very fast. I don't know why we don't use it.
In all my journeys, I've never heard of such organization. That would be so handy.
Yeah, it really would be. So I know that's this this one is just a bit of a rumor, but if you think it is the ones that this rival group, so to speak, is going after next, what do you know of the rumor there? Do you know anything about who has it or where it could be in Rotthold?
There is this rumor that says that a couple of master smiths of Uthadern crafted one of these crystals into a powerful weapon. It serves as its power core. So I would have to try and retrieve that, whatever that is. I don't have much information to go by. But if this organization is trying to get it, then we must stop it. But at the same time, I fear that this one, the information about the one here in Blightshore, might also be already known to them. So if we all relocate there, then they might just grab this one. That's why I was wondering if you could, since we definitely know for sure that this one's here, if you could grab it while I investigate a bit more and see if I can find where the fourth one in that case is for them, or fifth for us, if I get it.
It would be pertinent to prevent them from getting a fourth.
Exactly. And meanwhile, we get the fourth ourselves.
I think that makes sense. I mean, I think five of us should be able to handle getting one more of these. We've gotten these other ones.
Well, yes, the reason why I want you to deal with this one, and while I go to the other one, is if the other one's in Uthadern, it's a city. I can walk around unnoticed, maybe try and find more things quietly, while this one, yes, has anyone of you heard about the cooperate Google Docs Miscath Pit?
Have any of us heard of the Miscath Pit, Dragon Master?
Ravis, make me a history check. Only Ravis, because this is Blightshore shenanigans.
It's my one place of power. By the way, I have plus
I've been
zero
around
history.
here.
Your one favorite terrain.
So, it's history plus 0, but natural 19.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
There you go. Yeah. Yes, Miscath Pit is a mystery of Blightshore. One of the many mysteries of Blightshore, actually. It's a tear in the ground, some kind of sinkhole. Not very far away from Rotthold. But there's something arcane about it. It seems to be connected to a different reality. People that go in and come out usually don't come out the same. Almost as if they've experienced something transcendent, something not from this world. The only reason why people visit it is because there's a very big mining operation working around it, because this influence from this extraplanar realm infuses the rocks and the gems with magical power. So there's a big mining operation surrounding it. But apart from that, it's just an arcane sinkhole.
So, yes, the Miscath Pit is a very large rift in the ground, a sinkhole of sorts. Not too far from here, I don't think. And, yeah, it has some connection to at least what I think to be another plane. People don't usually come back the same as they were before.
So perhaps it was used to hide this other artifact in?
Perhaps.
Yes, I'm quite sure of that.
That's the artifact you need us to go after.
Yes, I'm not sure I'm qualified to go after it alone while I send the 5 of you to Uthadern. I think your skills might be better employed in the dangerous situation while I go to the city scenario. Sorry.
We do stand out.
Just a little bit.
Speak for yourselves. I feel right at home.
Well, yes, Mary is quite adept at hiding.
Perhaps
Oh.
if you want to go just the four of you, Mary can come with me.
I don't know if these fools would be able to get very far without me around. You know, you come to one hard door and like they are screwed. So I mean,
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I personally think that this is the best bet. We head to the pit, and Sabrina goes towards the rumored one, tries to cut off this organization before they can find it.
Do you have others you can work with so that you're not alone?
If I need to, yes, but I prefer to work alone.
what is a safe place we will be able to meet you after this to, you know, see what we have learned, or will, I don't know, your weird bird friends just like tell you or something?
I think it is safer, as I said, I have the ability to travel quickly. It is safer if I meet you here after you acquire this artifact.
Like right here? Because I mean, these people seem so excited to see us this time.
I mean,
I just turn around and give a big thumbs up to the tiefling who was like being a dick earlier.
And just dead on staring at you.
I just grin at him and turn back around. See, they love us.
I mean, I know it's hard to believe, but actually this is the safest place to meet in the entirety of Blightshore.
Because the calls are still up.
Unless you want to meet somewhere else, I'm free to travel anywhere you might find apt.
Well, I don't even know around here.
I don't
Yes.
know. I wonder. Wait, has Killian returned from the bathroom?
It's taking a very long time to
At this
pee.
point, I'll say that both of you return. Yeah.
It's almost like his sister cornered him in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Killian walks back, casting prestidigitation to clean his hands off.
Oh, good. Killian, question. Do you have... I forget. I don't try to remember your abilities. I know that some wizards have the ability to send messages. Do you have that ability?
Of course. What kind of wizard would I be if I didn't?
Okay, great. So, when we're done, we can always ask Killian to send you a message to find out what you're up to.
Wonderful.
There doesn't happen to be a teleportation circle anywhere nearby to help us get back here quickly.
No.
I didn't have much
afraid.
hope, but I figured I'd ask.
Yeah.
I was asking about the teleportations. Now I forgot what it's called because the word circle stuck in my head, but they said that they know what it's
Council?
about. Council, thank you. But they didn't know anything about that.
No. Is that a real thing? I'd never heard of.
Well, this is a pretty undeveloped region, Ravis. You wouldn't expect them to have reached here by now.
That's of course, yes, that makes
I wouldn't
sense.
say that
but
too
she
loudly.
seems well traveled. I mean, I'm sure
Yes.
as one, our illustrious guest here would have heard of it.
Have they betrayed us yet, or are we something else happened yet?
So okay, here's the crib notes version.
Humor.
You're now completely
Yes.
So we're just supposed to trust her?
Do you have a better idea?
Would you rather trust the tiefling?
We don't even have information that what she offers us is true
Tiefling's
yet.
cuter. So,
No, but it is I mean, it is the best lead I think we have. If you have a better idea, I would love to hear it because I'm not super excited about going down into this weird magic hole.
You know what? Yeah. Give me one moment, Sabrina, if you wouldn't mind stepping to the side with me.
Sure. If your companions do not mind. Grand.
And she stands up.
Just go over to like a corner or something, or just
Yeah.
away from people and just kind of wrap my arm around her shoulder, kind of hiding what we're doing, and just be like, "Show me your symbol."
She unclasps her cape a little bit.
Is
And
it the symbol I would
flashes
hope
you
for?
Flashes you a pendant with the symbol of your patron.
Good. Put it away.
Puts it away, clasps it, and returns to the table.
I just look at everyone and go, "I trust that she has no reason to betray us."
Well, that might be good enough for you, but I have an idea that'll settle my mind.
Okay.
You're a piece of the seal. Let us hold on to it. That way, if you're captured by yourself, it doesn't fall into untoward hands.
Certainly. Takes it out of her pocket, gives it to Ravis.
Take it from her and getting it all the way under the breastplate.
Please
Good right there.
refrain from losing them.
Of course.
No, try to.
Good.
All right, I'm good now.
So, how far is this pit from here? Do we need to, like, leave immediately, or?
I believe it's exactly plot amount of miles away from here.
Oh, well, that is
Yes,
convenient. We have
if we
exactly
travel
that
by
amount
plot.
of time.
If we
Pretty
travel by
close.
plot, we'll be there next cutscene.
Oh, okay. That is even better
We'll
than
get to-
traveling by map.
If we travel by
50
plot,
miles
we'll be there
somewhere.
right after break.
That was a laugh. It
Oh,
was
nice.
wonderful.
It is fairly close by. I think it's like 70 miles north east.
Sounds like plot to me.
Yes, definitely plot time.
Yeah,
Travel
for
by
sure.
plot. The only way to travel.
Yep.
Good. If you agree, then I will stop losing time and make my way to Utadern.
Yes. Also, familiar?
Yes.
Of course.
Snaps her fingers. The crow disappears in a mist of dark smoke.
Oh, neat. And I just make Octopus Ava
Oh.
appear on the table. I can do it too!
Like you should bring your bird to a bed. I don't think they're supposed
Tentacle
to do
waves.
that. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Hopefully you are able to find something.
I hope so. For
Just
the-
quickly before you leave, you know this town well?
Yes.
Do you know if any children were born here approximately 11 days and 5 hours ago?
I'm afraid I retract my previous answer. No, apparently I do not know this town well.
Okay then.
That's I'm... Look, not even gonna ask.
Echo, you need to be more specific. How many minutes?
Approximately 36 minutes, I believe.
Oh, 37 now.
In 46 seconds.
Took into account the gap in time since speaking last. Does that help?
No, but now I'm worried I might have made a wrong choice.
You almost certainly did, to be honest. But we'll make it work.
Okay.
Echo has some very specific personal interests.
Good. I think. Anyway, I think it's time for me to leave. By the way, I assumed you were going to accept my proposition, so I kind of made arrangements already.
Oh,
Someone will come here and pick you up.
Oh.
wonderful. Will they be taking us off in plot? Because I'm assuming that's, again, what we're using to leave.
Yes, they will.
Good.
They actually own a plot of land where some mining operation is being undertaken, so it's fine. With that said, goodbye.
And she turns away and leaves. A few moments later, yeah. Meanwhile,
Goodbye.
no one dares to disturb you, by the way, which is very interesting, right? It's suspicious, to say the least, but no one dares to disturb you while you're here. And about 15 to 20 minutes later, a woman that seems slightly familiar, like she's tiefling, dark brown skin. Wait a second. The face is almost identical as that other guy that's sitting over there. And you see her go to the table of this guy, just claps him across the head, and then moves towards your table.
I just need to ask for Megan,
very
is she
important
wife
question.
material?
Yes, does she look like a wife?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, the wifest of materials, yes.
Nice.
Thank you very much. That's all I needed to know. Please continue. I have a very singular mindset. Don't mind.
It's valid.
So, it approaches your table, kind of slams her hands on the table. So, I assume you're the ones that want to go to the pit.
I
Yes?
assume you're the one that's supposed to take us to the pit.
Obviously.
Well, then
Fun
it
to
seems
say
that we've both
stronger.
assumed the correct things.
Yes,
Good. So,
You're
my name is
going.
Layla.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
I am the forewoman from one of the most successful mining operations in the pit. So I'll be taking you there. And from there on, you'll be on your own. I'll manage to get you into the mines, but then nothing else.
It's all we ask.
All
Perfect.
right. All right then. Shall we go?
I'm ready
Yes.
if you are.
Are you ready? No preparations needed.
I don't think so.
I think
Good.
we're honestly pretty good. One thing as we walk out. Goodbye, Ian. Have a wonderful day.
Emerson wanted to wave too as they left.
Yeah, I just wink again and give him some finger guns on the way out.
Echo
Brother of
mimic
yours,
Mary.
He's literally just
Oh,
holding his
Echo's
mug,
probably does it all.
following you with his eyes.
As we do that, does his hand shake just a little bit in frustration?
You feel the tension.
I got it.
I love the mental image of just echoing Mary with the finger guns on the way out.
She's like,
Echo's
yes,
like,
this is
yes,
clearly a modern day way to say
Yep.
goodbye.
This is a traditional
Oh, Hotman.
reading.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Damn. And on that note, you make it at plot speed towards the outskirts of the pit. Several hours later, for those of you that never been to Blightshore, this is a slightly unsettling journey, right? So it's basically wasteland everywhere. It's very gray, ashen, barren lands all around you, and sometimes in the distance you can see creature just roaming ever so slowly back and forth, and as soon as they appear, they disappear in what seems to be a cloud of ash just washing them away. There's a path that seems to be more or less kept properly, but the rest is just no man's land. But eventually you do make it to the outskirts of the pit, and all around it are buildings, warehouse styled buildings, where you assume is where they keep most of the mining operation tools and facilities. And closer to the pit you do see lots of construction sites and everything, and engineering pieces of people undergoing the mining operation quite successfully. As you approach, Layla takes you towards one of these big wooden towers and stops you. All right. So once you go down, things might get weird. I don't know if you know anything about the pit.
Weird
Well,
how.
that's kind of weird, yeah. People say that and then they just kind of say that's enough, so.
Give us the head notes.
So he kind of grabs you by the arm, Mary, and kind of pushes you away from the tower where you have in full sight of the pit. All right. Can you see down there? And as you look down, there's like what seems to be patterns of flashing lights randomly appearing here and there. Jolts of arcane energy shooting up of it and just disappearing in wispy smoke. And she continues, well, for one, that. Stay away from it. And the other thing is there are weird things happening down there. Creatures we've never seen, deformed with multiple members, almost as if they come from a different place. We've had many casualties, deaths, and not only. Many people that are caught by the lights just don't come back as a whole. Something's missing. Almost as if something got eaten.
Is there anything that we need to know about these lights? Like, they look almost like lightning storms from here. Is there some way to tell, like, when one is about to start or something like that you have noticed? Like
No.
a smell or a sound?
No, it's very, very random. But
Oh,
just
good.
stay away from the colored ones. The bright
Okay.
ones are okay, but if you see colored ones, just run away.
Run away from the colored lights. Okay. I just like turn back to this. Like, this will be fine. Let's just, you know.
We've got
Stay
this.
close.
Yeah, no problems.
Is some sort of like aberrant encroachment, or is there anybody with an arcane background done any research on this?
You make me an Arcana check. Yeah, why not? Oh. We all know where this is going, but
Yeah, why don't we have him roll?
47.
1
Okay,
billion.
okay.
125.
31.
31.
Fucker.
Oh,
You piece
Oh,
of
God.
so with a 31, right? So this is not very common knowledge, especially because your field of expertise is definitely not aberrations or the anatomy of Blightshore itself, as you focus on other topics. But you did come across several pieces here and there that spoke of this distant place, right? So this, because you know about the existence of other planes. Most people do. Most common ones being the Feywild, and probably that's the most common one, and the elemental planes. Those are quite well known. But there are ones that are quite more esoteric in nature, and it seems to be more far away, where things that one can only imagine in nightmares show up and appear. The name Far Realm comes to mind, but there's not much you read about it. But definitely, this has that vibe of physically and mentally affecting the creatures under its effects in equal parts.
Realm of madness.
So I would, as I said, recommend that you're careful. But and just one teeny tiny detail: once you come back up, we won't open the doors immediately. We need to make sure that none of you have suffered mutations. Is that okay?
What do you mean? Are they like, contagious, like arcane issues or something?
Yes, some people develop extra limbs. Some people come out with
Seems handy.
Yeah, except when they're tentacles and not arms.
Oh, that also seems useful, though. Not like fun, but
Yeah, definitely not handy.
I like her.
So if somebody does end up with a tentacle, do they just get left down there to die?
Yes, it's a rough place here, huh?
Good to know.
I mean, it's a rough place up here if you're a person walking around with a tentacle arm.
That's a very fair point.
I mean, is it like any sort of mutation gets people locked away, or is it just like, if you are concerned there's like a danger to people? Because that seems extreme.
Could you not
Well-
simply cut the tentacle off?
We tried. We didn't start this a month ago, right? We've been mining here for several years. We've
never saw
quickly learned that seemingly minor mutations usually developed into something more serious with time.
Oh, so they are like progressives, these things that's happened to people.
Yes.
Oh,
I
that
don't
is
know
good to know.
I don't know if this is true, but I believe that maybe the weird creatures that we see once in a while climbing out of the pit are just completed mutations.
Oh.
Is there a way to ensure that the mutations don't happen? Or is
Stay
it just
away,
like a luck of the draw thing?
just
Yeah.
stay away from the lights and stay away from creatures if you see them.
No problem.
Have healing potions or magic been able to make they have made no change or improvements for people?
We don't have much magic here.
Okay. I don't
I
know
mean-
if we will have anything to help, but it is still, good to know.
This is literally a mining outpost. It's not like we have people like you around much.
Not really
Anyway,
sure what that means.
if there's no more questions, I can send you on your way.
Just
Thanks for helping
one-
us out.
Yes, thank you.
Oh,
nice.
well, I got
Nice.
paid, so it's my job.
Oh, that's wonderful. Just one question, and this is just out of curiosity for myself.
Of course, shoot right away.
Has the Titan ever wandered this far south in Blightshore?
Yes.
Ah. Ever near here?
No, it seems to stay away from the pit, actually.
That's good. All I wanted to know, thank you very much.
No, I see you have some story with the Titan.
How do you think I became this way?
Oh, I see now.
Yes, he's died once before. Hopefully not again.
Yeah, that tends to happen here, down in Blightshore.
It's wonderful.
It doesn't sound wonderful.
That's called
Okay.
sarcasm. I cannot believe you've never heard of it.
Doesn't sound too bad, honestly. I'd go for it.
You most certainly will not.
Oh, as if you're the boss of me.
Oh,
I
of
really
the
don't
boss
think
of
you
you.
would like it, Killian. It's kind of a drain on your emotions, and that's really, I think, necessary for what you do.
Mm.
If you don't like to enjoy dance, go ahead, die in Blightshore.
Okay, fine. I'll keep to plan A.
Well, Layla, before we go, have you noticed actually, is there like something where these creatures or mutations, are they like more active at night or in the day? Do you know?
Kind of looks up. Well, to be honest, down there it's almost always night.
Oh, that makes sense, I guess. Seems worth it to know, if it would be better to like camp during a certain time of days than others or something, but I have no idea how long this will take us.
And also, I'm pretty sure you'll lose track of time once you're down there.
Shit.
Tends to be one of the side effects.
Okay.
Counter any, we
Well
will
then.
fight them from a distance.
Yes. That would be wise. Well, if there's no more questions, I need to get back to work.
I think we're all ready. Everyone ready? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
guys, we're
Come
ready
on,
as we
Elaborate
can
heist,
be.
elaborate heist.
Yeah, elaborate heist.
All right, step right in here, and he kind of opens a little waist-high door into what seems to be a wooden platform suspended by ropes. And as you all step on, she turns the other way around this tower and starts cranking some kind of lever, and the platform just starts. And from here, actually, it's open all around you. You can see that the lights flashing randomly and sporadically here and there is quite a beautiful spectacle. But you understand what Layla was saying about being careful, because the more you look, the more alluring they seem to you. And as you continue to descend, eventually, the little light that was available above surface here in Blightshore disappears, and the only source of light are these sporadic flashes of bright colors and bright white lights here and there that disappear in puffs of smoke. Suddenly, the wooden platform comes to a halt. and you are in front of a curved path that goes along the side of the pit. It seems to be about like, it's not too big here. It's about 120 feet in diameter, the pit, but you see down below as it spirals down, there are multiple entrances here and there to several tunnels. And you just hear the constant rhythmic sound of chink, chink, of pickaxes everywhere, just of people working down here. And as you make your way out of the wooden platform, let's take a break.
Oh man.
Because it's time.
It's time for break.
As we
Time for
travel
break
down
time.
into the abyss with the speed of plot, let's go to break.
Yes, we shall take a break and see you guys in the speed of plot. All right, I
Only-
put us on break. There we
Just
go.
kidding.
And we're back.
Hey, here we are.
I pressed the
Fake out.
wrong button to unmute us.
oh, oh no!
In there.
What a
I mean,
mistake.
what?
Cool. So, last we left off, you were descending via lifts into the abyss, basically. No, not the abyss, because the abyss is a completely different thing, isn't it?
Is it?
All these
can-
all these
can we
words
go into
mean
the abyss?
specific things in D&D, and it's weird.
It is weird. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, as you walk out of this wooden platform and you see the spiraling pathway that leads down and down and down, what do you do?
I cast light on my shield. Just
Okay,
to make sure we
I was
always
gonna
have a
say-
light around us.
Yeah, as you said,
Light.
I cast light as well.
good.
We've got 3 sets of lights.
Yeah,
I just see in the dark.
Yeah.
Well,
Dark vision doesn't solve all your vision problems.
it's true.
Does as far as Mary cares.
It does when you have devil's sight.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck off.
Cheater.
How about that borrowed magic now, bitch?
Hey!
Mary just still has Octopus Ava like crawling all over, like up and down their arm, kind of. They're like, oh, I probably should have taken some time to like change her into something more helpful, but this is still pretty neat, huh?
Sure, why not? It's
I mean,
octopus
we were
time.
told that tentacles.
I didn't
happen
take
down
time
here,
to
so-
change it because she would have, or they would have left her in that form like the whole time we were on the ship. So unless they wouldn't have taken an hour in seedy bar to change her.
Oh, we could have done it on the way here.
Yeah, we
For
took
example.
a few hours to
Yeah,
get
it
here.
took a while to
Yeah.
get here.
But weren't we just like walking or whatever? I don't know. I mean, if you will let me cast a ritual for an hour on the
Yeah,
trip
you were probably,
over,
like, on
I will totally
A
change her.
cart of some sort. so-
Okay.
I did
all
not
right.
walk an hour.
Come on, please.
I should have
Okay,
known. I should have
first of
known.
all,
Shoes?
It was 70 miles. If we were walking, it would have been days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were traveling by plot. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, we were traveling by plot, and I mean, who knows?
Well, then
what-
you ritual
plot is
casted by
involved.
plot.
A ritual cast it by plot. Okay.
There you
Yeah,
Oh,
put the
shit.
same restrictions on yourself that we put on the GM.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Also known as
Then-
none.
That case,
I'm
oh,
gonna refasten my brooch/arcane focus on the front of my cloak.
Gotcha. Yep.
nice. I would have turned Ava actually probably into a bat, because I knew we were going down
Ooh,
into
nice.
a dark hole.
Supersonic.
I was hoping you
He's-
were gonna save that.
Yeah, so it's like a tiny, like super small bat, like
Oh.
Cute.
just like hanging
Cute
on one of
bat.
my horns.
I love it so much.
But I can try to have her, go and scout ahead, see if there's anything down at the bottom waiting for us.
Certainly wouldn't
Not
hurt.
bad.
Okay, and just sort of
Right.
like whack me if something attacks the lift. Okay, and I will just like drop Bat Ava down.
Tell her not to look at the light.
And just
Oh,
as
yeah.
a note, because it takes an action to summon it, my mace is already out.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
So I'll like link my arm through Emerson's arm and pop into Ava to look
Cool.
and
I got you.
make sure we don't have like a bunch of mutants waiting for us at the bottom of this
Yeah,
lift.
no. So this
Smart.
part is still like fairly innocuous, right? There's still like
Okay.
you can see everything around you. Still, the lights pop in and out in flashing colors randomly, but it is still the mining, like the main mining part of it, and you hear the sound of pickaxes all around. You figure that once you get into the tunnels proper, then probably there's where weird shit might happen. But so far, it's good. You do reach the end of the pit with no issue at all, but then you are faced with a decision. There are several tunnels even before you reach the end. There are several ways you can go. There are some that are clearly major pathways where carts are being brought in and out, so maybe that's one of your best bets. But let me know if you want to go through one of the side tunnels as well. It's completely up to you.
Ooh, yeah, I'll send Ava down. I can only communicate with her up to 100 feet, so once she's outside of that way, I won't be able to communicate more. But I think I can still see out of her eyes further than that.
Yeah, I think so.
So you said there were 3 tunnels?
They are down there in the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one main one and 2 smaller ones, but all across like the descent there were more. So
Okay. I'll just send Ava down that center tunnel, I guess, like whichever one seems the biggest.
Sure.
And
So
just
it
see if
seems
she sees
to-
anything.
So Ava continues and seems to reach this sort of hub of tunnels where there's a lot of gems and mineral being brought out of each tunnel, and it seems to be the central portion where carts are being filled up and then sent into the main area of the pits and then brought up via the pulley system. So yeah, there are more tunnels branching from that main one.
Okay. No sign of any danger immediately.
Only
Okay.
you pass through several miners as well. There's people working down here.
Okay. Does Ava see any sign of these lights in like down any of those tunnels?
Yeah, like sporadically in one of them here and there, you see a flash of light and then disappears. And another one,
Okay.
flash of light.
It doesn't. As I'm like looking, I don't see anything like. I mean, I guess I can't really determine like a pattern or like. Is there a delay before it sort of seems to happen in the same tunnel again? Am I able to sort of?
Make me.
I don't
just
know
a
how
straight
long
up-
this lift ride is, but like I'll just sort of hang out with like Ava watching.
Just make me a straight intelligence check. See if you can find a pattern.
Shit. Dropped up my keyboard. Straight intelligence check is. Oh, that is a save, not a check. Shit. Shit, that is only a 12.
It is completely random.
I guess I'll like have Ava come back and I'll pop back in myself and be like, well, there are no monsters immediately down, but there are definitely a lot of those weird light storms happening just all over the place. So there are 3 tunnels down at the bottom. Ava did not see any, beasties or anything in the biggest one, but I don't know about the others yet.
I'm just gonna make a guess. We want to go as deep as possible, at least to start.
Seems reasonable. We don't know if this thing is being protected somehow, so,
I would imagine it is.
Well, I guess I meant, like, for all we know, all Sabrina actually, Sabrina, right? Yeah, Sabrina knew was that it was maybe here. For all we know, one of these miners could have it, right? What?
Hey,
I mean,
would you think that if somebody had found it, then Layla, as the foreperson of this mine, would have known about it?
Maybe. I mean, I assume she does not know exactly what we are looking for.
this is
People
not
also-
something many people know about.
People also lie to their bosses.
True.
That is true. I mean, what? No.
I do have a
I don't know what
curiosity,
you're
though.
talking about.
Yeah.
Killian, are you holding on to the other 2? Who has them?
That's
Oh, it's been me the whole time then. Okay.
I think so.
I couldn't
You
remember.
have, like, all of them, don't you?
All right,
yeah, you have
great.
all of them.
So then the question is,
We could split them up for safety.
Ah.
I've
a
got all
thought.
the money. I'm the money person. Because I robbed my parents.
Illustrious sturgeon manager.
Zai.
Urgent.
Interesting.
Yes, tell me.
In this main area that we are there actual like miners in this room?
Yeah, no,
or-
absolutely.
There
Yeah.
are. Okay. I'm
There are
just
people all around.
I have an idea, but I don't want to do it in sight of others. I'm just wondering if these things have any kind of recognition of each other, but I don't want to pull it out
Oh.
in front of them. If it does, then that would be fantastic, because then we could just,
Metal
know.
detector it.
in
We
a
can definitely
sense-
do that after we're a little bit deeper. In the
That's what I'm
meantime,
saying.
Maybe
Uh,
later.
Mary, why don't you lead us down the one you scouted?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
I
perfect.
can do
Yeah,
that.
Oh,
no problem.
and,
You make it. Yeah.
Echo. Just as a safety precaution, Killian's going to invoke a little bit of magic and just very gingerly poke the shoulder, which was like up here, and give you the gift of alacrity, which will let you add a D8 to initiative for 8 hours.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
I just feel like with things happen, getting you in front quickly might be in my best interest.
Perhaps, yes.
Echo, the magic flowing through Killian's weave, let's call it, is actually very, very familiar. It feels almost like natural to you.
Feels so. Oh no! I take it back. It's unnatural.
Wait, because he also cast another spell on me.
Yeah.
Cast Enlarge Reduce on me before as well. Was that the same too?
Yeah. Slightly less intense, but this one definitely. Wait a second. It feels like almost as if you were summoning your echo. It's the same feeling, but receiving instead of giving.
Cool. Yeah, you'll see her just sort of tilt her head and glance at Killian and nod. Yeah. Doesn't say anything.
Cool. You make it down this main tunnel, and you are now in. There's less people here, much fewer people here. There's about 9 different tunnels in this main hub, and there's mineral and gems coming from all of them, and things being mined, and residuals as well.
So I will follow them down at least as far as Ava had gotten, and just be like, well, I can keep scouting out with her, or we can just keep going, I suppose. What do you all think?
Are so good.
It's not a bad idea to have a scout ahead.
I'm a little concerned about our rate. They said it's easy to lose track of time down here, and maybe perhaps we should also prioritize alacrity.
I mean, we could keep moving while she scouts ahead. I can, or I could just scout ahead and leave Ava here to send a message back. Whichever. I might be a little bit better than sneaking than Ava, but I don't know if anyone would even, notice her.
A flash of green light appears right next to Mary.
Vision!
Rumble already.
Nothing seems to happen.
Remember, stay away from the colored lights.
Oh, Danke, I needed that reminder.
Let's move.
I've, jumped, 5 feet away when it happens. Okay, I will just stay here, I guess, for now. I'll do the same thing where I'm kind of, letting Emerson lead me, and I'll shoot Ava fluttering down, ahead of us as far as I can.
Okay, so Ava already reached this main hub with 9 different directions.
Okay, so we're at the same point. So
yeah.
which one should we send her down for us to keep continuing that?
I suggested trying to go as deep as possible, at least to start.
Yeah, is there any indication?
Work our way back out.
Do these all look like mines tunnels? Or do some of them look like they might have been burrowed or, something like that?
Maybe a nature check.
Is the differentiation, DM?
Also, are there miners in this room?
Much fewer, yeah. But
That's an 11, and I'm switching dice.
Oh.
I mean, you feel like there's at least one that seems more natural than the others. But is that your eyes playing tricks on you? I don't know.
I'll just point to that and be like, I don't know, is this one? Maybe. This one looks like it was maybe not made by the miners, so...
I'll shoot some dancing lights down it.
Oh, those are going to get confusing down here, Killian.
Yeah, so it continues, and the range of the dancing lights reaches an area of the tunnel, but it seems to extend further.
This way then?
Let's go.
Let's try it.
Okay, I will flutter ahead in Ava's bat bod and cling on to Emerson.
Killian.
I'm also gonna keep my head on a swivel and just kind of listen out for things that sound odd as the one with decent perception.
You hear Killian putting out some tap flaps. It's really fun when it echoes.
Killian, as you focus to cast the spell, make me a wisdom saving throw.
That's concerning.
If you grow a tentacle arm and we have to leave you in the bottom of this pit, Mom's gonna be real pissed
I'm sure
off.
they've never thought of that.
Yeah, I mean, like half of us have teleportation
so the 19
spells.
on the die, that's a 22.
22. Ooh, nice. Okay. So you lose focus for a second as you're casting the spell,
and you'll almost feel like the pressure drops around you. But then just the feeling goes away as quickly as it came.
That's concerning.
What happened?
Magic concert. Let me try something. And Killian's just gonna just shoot a firebolt, and see if that does the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Nothing
She
happens.
rolls enough to do. It's been some weird fluke.
Rabbis, make me a
Magic.
wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Things are
21.
getting real.
Begins.
It starts.
All good.
Did I feel anything or nothing?
No.
Okay.
Well, it was just some weird fluke. Magic's weird with interplanar stuff. Why don't we keep moving?
Yes, definitely.
It's probably not a good idea to just stand around. Good idea.
And you continue down that one natural tunnel, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if see invisibility would be bad or good. as he walks.
Don't ask a question you don't want to know the answer to.
Can I have a because the tunnel is wide enough to accommodate two of you side by side, but not more than that. So who's the pairs and who's going alone?
I'm with Mary.
Cool.
I guess you two would be at the front
I'm
because you've
holding
got.
them.
That's true. You have
Oh.
the good perception, and I have
Yeah.
sharp things.
And I'm leading you as you look through your little bat eyes.
I'm as near to the front as possible without getting in their way. I also
Cool.
have the second best perception.
Fair. And
Killian will lag kind of awkwardly behind, dancing a little bit, just enjoying himself.
okay, cool. And Echo.
I guess Echo will bring up the rear then.
Well, that'll cover
Unless-
us if anyone tries to sneak up behind us.
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, her passive perception isn't too bad. She's got 14. You're all right.
It's all right. Cool. Well, in that case, Emerson, as you are up ahead and trying to make sure that no lights blow up in your vicinity and keeping an eye on the tunnel, you hear a voice behind you. It starts as a whisper, but you immediately recognize it, almost as if in a hushed tone, very hushed, towards the back of the line. You hear Killian say, "Yeah, she was never really good." And just literally listen, hear that. And as you
Yeah.
continue,
Like
down
as I
the
hear that, I'm
tunnel.
just gonna message him real quick and be like, "Excuse me."
Killian, you have been messaged.
Yeah, I messaged you.
Oh, sorry. Killian was kind of zoned out a little bit, which was code for Nat was kind of zoned out a little bit. And he just kind of turns forward on the back. He's maybe like 7 feet behind Echo, just kind of spinning and twirling a little bit, just having time. And he turns over to turns towards Emerson and goes, "What?"
And I'm gonna message him and be like, "Did you say something?"
No. Also, we're right here.
Echo's just
Sorry,
like.
I'm just gonna keep. And this whole time, I didn't turn around. I'm still facing forward, and
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna keep walking.
Killian, as the conversation ends and Emerson seems to drop it, you hear under her breath as she says, "Spoiled brat."
Stop trying to make us fight.
that's
we
just
got enough on our
rude.
own. I don't know what you're talking about.
Killian
As
will
you
not
continue,
respond again.
yeah, you continue down the tunnel, and the lights continue to flash here and there, all colors of the rainbow, plus this bright white light flashes that seem to be larger than the colored ones. And you walk for the best part of 15 or so minutes until the walls around you become wetter, almost as if you're reaching some part of this place where there's some humidity or maybe an underground course of water or lake, but nothing seems to change apart from that. The lights continue to flash inconsistently, and at this point, Echo, you hear in front of you as Mary just whispers, probably to Emerson as they're close together, just whispers, seriously, must be a baby eater.
Nunu's been keeping notes on how to make all of us fight.
Still in Ava though, so I'm like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like almost reflexively, but still kind of in that like generally quite monotone voice. She'll just be like, I thought we settled this matter. I was not going to harm the baby.
I'm deafened while I'm in Ava, so Mary doesn't hear it. But everybody else does.
What the hell are you?
And as you continue for a few minutes more, the walls that were humid before, now when this bright light, white light flashes here and there, it almost as if they have texture. Organic texture, you think? Is it a plant, a fungus? You don't know. But
Killian will take out a dagger and poke it.
yeah, it cuts almost as if you were cutting through very, very squishy flesh.
Killian knows what that's like.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Why do I get the odd sense I'm being digested? like psychologically.
Yeah.
Killian says that. He just muses out loud.
Honestly, that wouldn't surprise me. Tries a lot of weird things.
Have you been digested before, Ravis?
That's not what I'm...
Is that how you died?
No.
Digestion accident.
As you're having this conversation, a wispy orange curtain of light dresses and passes close to Mary. Mary, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. While I am in my bat. Okay. Well, at
Can't
least I've
stab
got the
that.
change bringer, so that's a flat 13.
The powerful 13.
13. So, even with your conscious inside Ava, right? How further ahead is Ava?
Oh geez. I guess probably maybe like 60 feet, 90 feet. Like I want her to be able to give us a good lead, but not uselessly so that, I don't want her so far ahead that by the time we get somewhere, it might have changed.
Cool. So, as your senses are inside Ava's mind, you hear a sharp noise, which immediately makes you turn around your vision. As you look at yourself, you see as Echo just turns around and shoves Killian against the wall and just pins him there.
Oh. So I will see that, I guess, and sort of snap back from Ava and just turn around to be like, what is going on? And I assume everything looks totally fine when I, turn back around.
Nope. You snap your conscience back and you see clearly Echo pinning Killian to the wall.
Oh, snap. What is going on here? I mean, he says a lot of things, Echo, but I am sure it was, just, I don't know. Rich people, am I right?
Do I feel metal arm against throat?
No.
Okay, just
I'm assuming, I'm not actually.
No, you're doing nothing.
Yeah.
Mary,
But I've,
what are you-
stopped.
Yeah,
that's kind of hurtful, Mary.
talking about, and
What?
also,
What?
what do you have against rich people? We're not all bad.
I
I mean, we are kind of all bad.
Am I
We
still
are actually all
seeing
bad.
Echo attacking or pinning Killian?
Yep.
I'll just
You
sort
didn't
of.
move, right?
I haven't moved from like where
Yeah.
I spun, but I haven't.
Yeah,
gotten
exactly. No, it's
closer
still
yet.
happening. Yeah.
I'll be like, what is going on? I leave you all alone for like, not even really alone for like 15 minutes or however long, and you can't, even get along for that long?
Nothing is happening.
Talking about.
What are you on about?
I'm
What
just
are you?
practicing
you-
a little floor craft. This section right here is oddly flat, so it's kind of nice.
Do I like hear Killian's voice coming from someplace else?
No, it comes straight from Killian's throat, and it comes exactly like with shortage of air.
I just sort of look at everybody else like they must be the one seeing things. And I'll start moving over towards where I see Echo and Killian, and I'll just sort of like go to put my arm like on Echo, like to calm her. Like
So as you reach towards Echo, you just grab Echo's arm, and Killian is right there. Besides Echo, nothing's happening.
What's
Okay, you've
Okay,
seen
this
ghosts.
place is weird. Nobody saw anything strange?
Well, I heard you say something earlier.
What?
And Killian was talking to Emerson even though she wasn't talking to him. Perhaps.
Oh, I mean, they do
something-
that, so.
Emerson is being rude.
Leon was being more rude.
Well,
What did I do to you? What
I
did I
did
do?
not
What was so wrong?
Just
So-
shut up. Just shut up, you spoiled brat. You hear Emerson say.
But does he see her say it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
What did I do to deserve that? He says in response to dead air.
She didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
Jeez.
This place sucks. Okay.
By
So,
the gods.
I saw,
Magic
you
is
know,
obnoxious.
Echo pretty much about to like punch in Killian's face or something. So
Oh
I think
shit,
this
that wouldn't go well for me.
is-
No, it would not.
So be happy I was concerned for your safety. But I think this place is playing a lot of tricks on all of us. Maybe.
It would seem
Testing
so.
our trust or something, which is very underhanded. There's no way we're going to pass that test.
I don't know
I
what you're
mean,
talking
did it
about. I've been
test?
fine.
Ravis, inside your head,
Hubris.
Oh,
You-
pride cometh before the fall, my friend.
you hear a familiar voice.
Yeah.
What a joke. You seriously travel with these people? Look at this.
They have their uses.
Yeah, you could do more, right? You could find other people. Could help you. You want it deep down, don't you? Well, for example, now, just keep them around you. Make them deal with these effects alone.
Be patient.
Oh, that's no fun. That is no fun.
This isn't you, is it?
I think it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Well, I meant, what's happening with them?
I don't know. Am I getting inside your head already? Are you confused? Are you unsure? Perhaps you could give me to someone else. Someone more susceptible. I have no pleasure in corrupting those who are already corrupted. Maybe someone else.
We'll see. What's your name, anyway?
Oh, you hurt my feelings. Only now you ask for my name? Now you must earn it. And it goes dead silent. But yeah, nothing else seems to have changed. And you continue down this tunnel, and eventually, it leads to an end, right? Not a dead end, just the tunnel ends and opens into a big chamber with columns of natural stone just holding it together. And there seems to be an underground river coursing through it. The walls of this chamber, though, are all covered in the same fleshy, moist material.
The fleshy moist. What color is it?
It's this purplish gray.
The worst color.
One of the worst colors, yeah. For
Well,
sure.
like I'm actually I like that aesthetically, but like that doesn't bode well.
Yeah.
There's no miners in here, is there?
No. At this point, there's not a living soul.
Wonderful. I'm going to just pull out like 2 of the crystals and just take a
Mhm.
look at them. Just see if they seem to be acting differently near each other than I remember the one when it wasn't near.
Yeah, so they seem to almost attract each other slightly. So think of it as a very, very weak magnet,
Okay.
but they don't stick together. Just if you put them on a flat surface, they will slightly roll towards each other. But
Okay. Well, since it's so weak, I assume that I don't feel any kind of like pull in another direction with them.
no. But if you place them in a flat surface, they do seem to align in the same line.
I'm going to, since we have 3 of them, I'm going to let the 2 align and then place the one directly in the center.
Triangulation.
Yeah, like it's gonna be like that, like that right there, and just see what happens with that one.
So I assume you're trying to put them further apart enough so that they point towards a common direction. Yeah. So as you place 2 of them side by side, they point flat and they point along the river. When you place the 3rd one further away, it points in a skewed direction that leads you to believe that it's towards the left. So along the current of the river and not upstream.
So, honestly, I did not think this would work, but it appears that it does. I think we should probably go this way. They seem to be pointing towards their other.
That is very, very.
I have an idea.
That's as useful.
Check this out. And Killian is going to snap and is going to, let's see, he'd pull out a bowl from his mess kit and use it to pick up some water. And then he's going to take out a couple empty potion bottles and take the corks off the top of them and use that to take one of those I think I would just be able to use one because they align, and float it in the cork in the water, and then it should be able to point like a water compass.
Sure. Yeah.
This is a thing.
It is a thing.
Smart.
And yeah, so now you have a compass that seems to point towards the other piece that you're looking for. That is very smart. So it does point downriver. Do you follow it? There's like a straight, narrow pathway where just one of you at each time can can walk beside the river, or you can just try and go in the river. Up to you. I don't know.
Of course, it's deeper.
It's never not deeper.
Come on.
Must go deeper.
Who wants to lead?
Oh,
I mean, I have no problem going first, as I have no problem getting hit, but we think it is more important to have Mary continue using their ability to see through Ava. Sure.
I don't know.
Let us know what's ahead of us before we get there.
That
Yeah.
would be important, I think.
Leading Mary without an ability to see or hear on the edge of the river there might be kind of precarious.
That's true. I
Guide
mean, I'll
them.
go first.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you all think would be best.
And you're trying to walk on that little narrow pathway beside the river, right? Yeah, perfect. You haphazardly make your way down that pathway, and it just continues to spiral in a descending fashion. Somewhere along the descent, Emerson, you hear a voice just seemingly behind you out of nowhere, just saying, seriously? You're 5 and you can't do anything? Your brother one was 3, could do all of this. Just it seems to be like there, right next to you.
Like, turn quickly.
Turn around and no one's there.
I assume I recognize the voice.
Yeah.
Just looking, just kind of like shake my head like I'm trying to like clear it, like Etch-a-Sketch style. And just keep going. Like, this place sucks.
Perfect. Yeah. It does suck. Meanwhile, Killian, you
He's
hear
very pleased with his bowl.
as you're holding your water compass, you hear a voice inside your head, a familiar voice, someone that you hold dear and respect, as they just go, well, you're aware that if you move far away, then if something happens to you, that's it. There's no coming back. You sure you want to continue? You can always come back.
Killian is so excited looking at his bowl, and he's kind of glowers. Looks up at Echo. Definitely voices and stuff. That person definitely is not down here.
Said that
Echo.
out loud.
Yes.
What person?
I heard an old mentor from my school days. They would have no business being down here.
Oh,
Echo. Inside your head, you too hear a voice. You hear Falaya's voice in your head, but she seems sad, disappointed. Why haven't you found me yet? I'm here. I just can't. I don't have access to my memories. I thought you'd find me. Just that. But it's fine. And just disappears in almost a faint whisper with the rushing wind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Echo does kind of stiffen if this incredibly like unexpressive robot could stiffen any further. And like glances at Killian is like, yes, this place or something is trying to manipulate us in some way. We can't trust what we're hearing.
We should make sure to stay close. We get separated. Getting back together might prove disastrous.
Agree.
Ravis, you hear your own voice inside your head. Ah, yes. Time will come, and you'll be like all others. You're a monster. We're a monster.
No. We will ascend. Not just...
And Mary, as this is happening, you hear a voice that you only heard once before. This wizened, old, blind man, member of the Grinners, much higher up than you or Kenji.
I don't think you're apt for this job. You chose to go and travel with people that work for causes and ideals that we do not support. I don't think you deserve the position you have.
I think that, especially hearing the more recent voices, I still kind of look around to see if, I mean, if this is a voice I have heard before, then I imagine I've met this person once before.
Yeah.
Mary's looking around sort of panicked and like trying to tell themselves they're just hearing things, but they're looking for a bird in this tunnel, maybe, just to, make sure. Do I see anything?
Nope. The only thing you see is flashing lights here and there.
Okay. So Mary
Eventually,
doesn't comment out loud, but it seems a little bit more jumpy after that one.
It's definitely a hostile work environment.
Eventually, the small river broadens more, and you start seeing what seems to be a light at the end of the tunnel, which is odd. But as soon as you approach it, you understand that actually the light is coming from this larger cavern to where the river leads into a waterfall. And the lights you were seeing was just an immense concentration of these light flashes all around, almost as if it's the synaptic center of the entire compound. And as you reach this part, and you're just like in single file next to the river, looking down at this waterfall, you see that the entirety of the room and the ceiling and the floor is covered in that same viscous material. And the water just drops down and spreads through the floor in this material and which seems to promptly absorb it and almost contort in ways, almost as if it is alive. And simultaneously, you all hear inside your heads,
It seems I didn't deter you. What are you doing here? What do you want with us? We have been alone for millennia.
Is that in here? Or okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to like think back to it if it's talking in our head. Without
You can
saying it
try.
out. Yeah. Just be like, who are you?
You try to speak mentally
Yeah.
or out loud?
Yeah.
Mentally, yeah.
We are all. We are many. But we were few. We are the gates. But we are the exit.
Disconcerting.
Are we all hearing the response? Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone got that one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I can see inside your heads. Some of you are stronger than the others. Some of you shield yourselves better. But you are no match. We keep and we steal and we make ours.
Do you have a name
Name.
or a title?
Names
Do
are
ancient
useless here.
entities always like grandiose titles?
No. I believe I once had a name. But we have no name. We just are.
And you see, as the message echoes across your head, almost in the same pattern as the words fluctuate and accentuate inside your head, the walls of this room just contract and distend in equal pace.
So tell me, what do you want? You have made it this far. Persuade me to let you leave.
We want an artifact. One that is supposed to be in here. We do not wish to disturb you.
Well, we have been disturbed already.
Apologies.
This artifact, why do you seek it?
To keep it out of the hands of people who would cause harm with it.
But I see your minds. You too can cause harm. Why give it to you and not to others? In our experience, after one come others. So if I keep you, I will collect more that will come after you.
So you like being disturbed?
Ah, yes. Because I can keep you all for myself. For ourself. You become us.
I don't
What is
know.
it you want?
And you see from the ceiling, this material just starts to coalesce in what seems to be, first of all, a bulbous shape, and then different details from it start appearing. First, eye sockets, and then a mouth, and then a nose and ears. And as this material contracts and distends to mimic the form of a head speaking, as the mouth opens and closes.
We want something worth our time. Please offer it to us, and we shall grant you what you want.
Were we supposed to know what it is you consider worth your time?
No. Why don't you tell me the truth? Just one truth from each one of you. And if I find them acceptable, then we shall grant this gift to you.
What is this cruel dinner theater? He's looking for entertainment. You're old and bored, and so we must appease your desires. Is that the am I grokking this right?
Yes, something like that.
Well, I already told you the truth.
That is not your truth to tell. I want your truth.
I do not understand what that means.
Your mind works in mysterious ways. You are unique.
I suppose.
Maybe if the others give their truths to us, you understand what is it I speak of.
Well, I got a truth for you. Mayhaps this one will help make you feel good. There's a abstractly powerful cabal of arcane practitioners out there who are competing for this artifact. And if you give it to us, let's go, we can send them your way very intentionally, and they'll be much more fun than we are. That's a truth.
That is a truth, but it is not your truth.
I tried.
No, you haven't, and you know it.
I was
can
making a
sense it.
counter offer.
I am not here to bargain. I'm here to demand. And I have been generous. You shall have one more chance of providing me with your truth.
I hold my morning star up towards it. This weapon I hold. The skull on the end is not just any skull, but the skull of one of the Raven Queen's greatest champions. And within it, his soul is trapped in eternal torment.
You are a complex creature. I find your truth acceptable. Also, I am curious to find out how your threads disentangle. Who wants to go next?
Like, come on, I did my job. Come on, somebody else.
Buffering.
Perhaps
It's like just
the
some-
quiet one.
We're like everybody who has.
Yeah.
I look at Mary.
Yeah.
Where's Mary?
Any sort of truth or
Oh, your truth.
for the most part, any thievery or lives I have taken have been to defend myself or others, except for one. Zara Hatz was the one who turned my family over to the Empire for heresy. And I'm just sort of like scratching at my Evandra tattoo and not looking at Emerson or like Killian, either of the Empire people. I'm like, and that is, I think, probably the only life I have taken out of in cold blood, I guess. If that is the kind of secret you are looking for, I hope it makes you happy.
Yes, I can understand you better now. Oh, this is curious. The one with the mystery and the one with the heart. Oh, I grow more curious by the second. Next.
You don't have to play this game. You're muted.
You're muted.
You're nude.
No.
Am I? I don't think.
Not
Not
anymore.
anymore.
Not anymore.
Not
I was just
anymore.
talking. I was low talking.
Ah.
Better to just give it what it wants if it means we can leave. I'm gonna like look up at it and be like, when I heard that my father was dead, I felt nothing. And it is just one more thing, one less thing keeping me from claiming what is rightfully mine.
I do see you better now. I understand the mystery, the heart, the greed. Next.
That ends on me, doesn't it?
Perhaps.
Looks at Echo. Breathes. And I studied magic. I went off to Rasona in the dynasty, and I learned some old and forbidden magic. That, well, forbidden from the Empire standpoints. That's not the headliner, though. Over there, they have these things, these beacons. They let you try again at life, sort of. Think of Falia.
Mm.
Growing up, I've always been afraid of death. The idea of going beyond and then just a black nothing of your future existence, the void of ceasing to exist, gnawing at the bottom of my stomach. So I took a couple steps to try to avoid that with one of these beacons. But if I die here, it doesn't work. Is that enough? Do you want more?
Oh, I read you better now. The mystery, the heart, the greed, the facade.
Canis looks at Echo again.
Last, but most certainly not least. Tell me, have you found your truth to tell?
I do not see the purpose in lying, so I do not believe I have a truth like these people. I suppose I have only been awake for several days, but sometimes I wish that Falia had not put me in the chamber so that, because I believe that if she had not sealed me away, I would have been able to prevent her from dying. I do not know if that is the sort of thing you are looking for.
Yes. I can read you better as well. The mystery, the heart, the greed, the facade, the regret. I find these acceptable. By knowing your truths, I am now permanently with you. I look forward to see your destinies unfold, especially in the near future.
And the face contracts and coalesces in this little pseudopod that dives down from the ceiling As it does, several others shoot from the walls and ground and coalesce in the middle in this bulbous, spherical mass of purpley grey flesh. Almost as a beating heart. As this mesh of matter slowly makes its way towards you, being passed on from tendril to tendril, and stops in front of you. It starts separating, and as it separates, it shows a crystal, a blue crystal, tiny, rough-shaped, random cut edges, and it welcomes you in.
Pick it up.
Pick it up and put it away. The pseudopods start receding, and the river slows down and starts flowing in the opposite direction. Leave now. Finish your task. I want to see what happens. Thank you for being so interesting. And as all the pseudopods kind of retract into the wall, ceiling, and ground, it stops moving.
So it definitely almost said tasty there, right? Definitely, like 100%.
It was a little bit
Killian says that.
disconcerting. Yes, I think so. Should probably get out before it changes its mind.
Yeah. With all these speed of plots, let's go.
And you make your way through the path you came, and now it's so much easier to find the correct routes. Like, you just follow the river till where you deviated from the path, go up the tunnel. The walls are not nearly as wriggly as they were before, and the fleshiness and moisture of it stops much earlier than you remember, and the flashing lights are much more sporadic around you. You still see them in the distance, but they're much more sporadic around you, and eventually you make your way back through the tunnel. You start encountering miners here and there. Some of them are starting to show some signs of being completely absent-minded already, and as you make your way up the tunnel once more and into the wooden platform, you start feeling the pulley work, and you ascending and ascending and ascending until you're back at ground level. The doors remain closed as people all around you start looking inside and peering and inspecting you. But then the door unlatches, and you're back in the wastelands of Blightshore. And that's where we're going to end the episode for today.
Spicy.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
There you go.
There you go.
Hot damn.
Well, that was fun.
Oh, man. That's a lot to process.
That was that.
Well, now we
good
know we have a
shit.
murderer in the party.
Hey, just the once.
Everyone gets a freebie murder.
Everyone
It's
gets
fine.
one.
I would like to claim my freebie murder.
Oh.
You have your
Honestly,
voucher. You need to
Mary.
turn in the voucher.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Mary just assumes most people probably figure they've killed a bunch of people before because they're
Fair.
so sneaky and stabby, so they lean into that sometimes.
Meanwhile, Killian's just off in a corner sending another sending to continue betraying Echo.
Yep. Yeah.
You know-
Nice.
Narc.
Now that I
What
think
an
about
arc.
it, have we killed a single person in this entire game? I don't think we have.
You could.
It's all been like creatures and constructs.
They could take us to trial on Jasper's death, probably.
Yeah, they
But
could.
we didn't kill
Pretty
him.
circumstantial. They
Reasonable
don't know
doubt.
that.
Reasonable doubt.
Oh,
Oh my
anyway, thank you everyone for being there. Let's just go one more time around the table saying who we are and where people can find us and what we're doing now. So we start with Sam, so let's start with Nat now.
Hey.
Because he's
So-
not dead.
Yes,
I'm not
dying.
Alright, so, hi, I'm Nat, Cramnat on Twitter, the internet. That's where I exist. Follow me there. You can also find me tomorrow on the Cold Press Twitch channel at recalculating time zone 8 Eastern for GM tips, tricks, and Tuesdays, where we go over the Kobold Press Kobold Guide to GMing book, and we break apart the essays found within and for GMing advice and dispense it and answer questions from chat, and you get to learn to run games better. It's lots of fun. You can also, oh shit, my Thursday thing's over. That's me. Also here Mondays every time. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it on my sister. Go Em.
Hello, everybody. I am Megan. You can find me most places on the internet at Megan Lynn for the win, for Megan Lynn FTW. You can find me here, obviously, on Mondays with these wonderful people. You can find me tomorrow here at 7 Eastern, hosting my monthly show Unprepared, where I facilitate and showcase GMless and Publess games. Tomorrow, we have a very special episode in which we will be playing an all admin game. So we'll have the admins of this channel playing all together, and we are playing one of my games, one particular harbor, a Firebrands hack. So I am also an indie game designer. You can find my games at meganlynnftw.itch.io. I just put out a new one last week that I think is pretty cool. And if you want to kind of see what I do, I'd like to shout about GMless games, and you can see one of my games in action if you swing by tomorrow at 7 Eastern. I think that's it for me right now. Yeah, I will toss it on over to Isa.
Hi, I'm Izza. You can find me at Evil Clever Dog on Twitter and Instagram. I'm a cosplayer, and my Instagram is mostly like focused on the cosplay stuff. And you can also find me tomorrow and every Tuesday for the foreseeable future, 6 p.m. BST on my friend Finn the Bin's Twitch channel, twitch.tv/FinnTheBin, playing a ROM hack of Pokemon Black and White, which is like a nice chill gaming stream. And then on July 18th, I'm going to be on Asians Represent doing like a breakdown analysis of not Oriental Adventures, sorry, that was the last one they did, Al-Qadim, like AD&D Al-Qadim, basically dunking on racist shit, which is a lot of fun and also stressful. But yeah, that's me. So wait, who's next again? I'll pass it over to Robert.
Yes, hello, my name is Robert Allen. I am a voice actor person that does voice acty type things, and I hang out on here on Mondays and that kind of stuff. You can find me on the Twitter at Voices of Robert. I know, such an original name. Yeah, I don't care about anything else. I'm just gonna give it to Sam, just right above me.
Okay. Oh, hey. I am Sam. I'm one of the admins here. I'm the accessibility director and the casting manager here at the Chromatic Chimera. You can find me on Twitter at the Sam Wisest. I'm samwise_GameG here on Twitch. I'm also a disability advocate in addition to being a streamer. So follow me if you want me to hear me yell about ableism and shit, because I do that a lot. Otherwise, most of the time you can find me right here at the Chromatic Chimera. I'll be playing one particular harbor for the closing game of our Pride fundraiser tomorrow night, so make sure to come and check that out. I will be back on Wednesday for our season 1 finale of Steam Spell. We're going to have an all roleplay epilogue episode from our big finale fight last time. It's going to be real fucking good, y'all. So check that out Wednesday at 7 p.m. And shit, I had one other thing I was gonna say, but now it's already gone. Just make sure to, follow us here at the Chimera and join our Discord so you can talk about our game and see all of the information about the other streams and projects that we have coming up, because I think we're going to be getting some new games in the somewhat near future, maybe. Also possibly some play tests for a certain Dark Crystal powered by the Apocalypse hack that might be in progress with some people. So, check that out if that's, something you're like into, maybe. I don't know. Otherwise, I'm gonna toss it over to, Nunu, this way? I don't know if I'm going the right way or not.
Yeah, sure. It's probably the right way. Who knows? Anyway, I'm not going to attempt to grab it.
You were going the right way.
Good.
Yeah, I think it's this
Instant
way, so I'm
reviews
gonna try and
positive.
grab it. Yeah, I'm Nuno. You can find me online, or where you find people online, at jnunotex. That's TEX. And yeah, find me here on Mondays GMing this wonderful group and in the Wildemount campaign. And if you like Game of Thrones and RPGs, then in July, as Song of Ice and Fire RPG series and over on Encounter Roleplay is going to begin season 2 called The Crownlands, and I'm also going to play in that, not GM. So if you like that, go and watch that. For now, that's all I have to advertise. So everyone, thank you so much for being there. This was a lovely episode. We love you all. Thank you for being in chat, because it makes this much, much better and much
Thank you
more
for
enjoyable.
the cheers and the
And the
donations,
cheers,
because everything
yes.
is being donated. So all the
That's
cheers
true.
and subs from today will be donated to the Trevor Project. So thanks.
Exactly. So thank you very much. Have a good week, and hopefully see you next Monday for some more Wildemount shenanigans. Goodbye.
I feel like we need a sign off rhyme too now.
Oh no.
The pressure.
See you next time on Wildemount, Darren, and Devon.
Next time.